So we have 3 clubs in the conference final for the first time. Only NYCFC is the returnee. MLS conference finals, all 4 of these teams are featuring 4 first-year coaches, which I think is pretty remarkable as well, Chuck.
Experience in this league means nothing.
Nothing. Which
well,
means
hold on. Pryor, Messi, come on.
Thomas Muller.
Hey, Maxi Morales, 38 years old.
Exactly.
What a goal, by the way.
Yeah.
What a goal, by the way,
goal.
for NYCFC against the Philadelphia Union. And let's move to that game, Chuck.
Yeah.
So Bradley Carnell and the manager of Philadelphia Union, Supporter Shield winners.
Yeah, I called it. Yeah.
You did, actually. NYCFC without Alonso Martinez because of an ACL injury, their top scorer, arguably their best player throughout the season. I thought Nico, the number 7 for NYCFC, was excellent. He played the assist to Maxi Morales on the goal. I just thought his passing throughout the game was very, very good. He stepped up and filled a void that they needed him to fill. And really impressive performance from NYCFC because I think everybody outside of you, Chuck, counted them out.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is the thing. I thought with Alonso Martinez in the team, I had no doubt that New York City FC were going to get the job done because I just felt that they were set up to play the Union. And the Union, under Bradley Carnell, I never felt convinced in a playoff format that they would be able to get the job done because there's so many openings. They give opportunities away, and they've been very fortunate. They also aren't as clinical. They put up 20 shots in the game, but you never felt that New York City were threatened all that much. Like Matt Freese didn't really –
Killer saves, though, in the second half.
Man, come on.
And by the way, Matt Freese looks so much more mature since he's been getting those national team reps. You can see the confidence, the way he carries himself, and just his overall play is definitely continued to improve. So essentially, I just think they're missing a goal scorer. That's what Philadelphia are missing.
Yeah, it's a tough one for them. It's one of those where you've had such a good season and being the Supporter Shield winner and you were hosting that game. It was all kind of set up for you to have success and then to kind of not take advantage of your opportunities and run into a hot goalkeeper in Matt Freese. I mean, that's how it goes. That's how these games go. But you're going to have a kind of a bitter taste in your mouth ultimately about how it went down. All right, let's move to the other Eastern Conference game because Inter Miami went to FC Cincinnati and won 4-0. Leo Messi, 1 goal and 3 assists in this game. Listen, here's a remarkable stat. Inter Miami have scored 12 goals, Cello, throughout these playoffs. And Leo Messi he's either scored the goal himself or given the assist. He's been a part of all 12 goals.
Right? 6 goals, 6 assists.
What are we even watching right now? This guy is on an incredible run. He clearly wants to have some of his best friends, Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba, end their careers with a trophy because he's playing with this certain type of determination that it's like another level than what we normally see from the guy, and that just feels unfair to the rest of us.
What about Suarez too, Cello?
I was about to say.
Well, they're better without Suarez.
Yes.
No, but that's exactly where I was going to go. The best thing Mascherano did is keep Suarez on the bench. And no disrespect, the dude has had an absolutely fantastic career, but you can't have Suarez and Messi not defending. Now you have everybody but Messi. The guy's pressing, they're moving, that was probably the best overall game I've seen them play. They defended well, they attacked well, but they don't have Suarez on there. I think you can put Suarez in if you need a goal with 20 minutes to go, but this is the Miami team we expected. This is the Miami team, a younger, more vibrant team. But listen, Argentina did the same thing. They've brought all these young guys around him, so they're all going to run and press. Messi's going to maneuver himself. He'll walk here, he'll walk there. When you win it, you know where I'm going to be at. And I feel like this has kind of been set up again for him because everybody's running, everybody's pressing. And when the ball gets knocked out free, they can find Messi right away. And here they are in transition. So that's, again, I was surprised how Cincinnati came out, how they kind of collapsed. And that's not what I'm used to seeing from Cincinnati. But when you have a team like Miami, who is just on fire right now, and like I said, Charlie said it the other day, there's one team that probably needs a break, that needs a rest during that 2-week period. It was Miami, and that's the best version we're going to get from them.
Yeah, Chuck nailed all these predictions.
Yeah.
Here's the fun fact for everybody. Inter Miami now get to host this game against NYCFC. And if they win that, they'll host the final because they have a better record than either of the Western Conference teams.
The stars are coming out.
Everything seems to be aligning here for Inter Miami.
by the way, it'd be the day after the World Cup draw. Talk about the hype of back-to-back days if Miami
man,
was able
unbelievable
to beat New York. But I think when we talk about Matteo Silvetti, and I watched him play at the Under-20 World Cup, and I was so impressed with his goal scoring, his movement. And now he's put into this position where he's constantly making runs. He's a threat. Him and Baltazar Rodriguez, they're young, they're active. And then you throw in, a player like a Rodrigo De Paul. And then Allende, who's constantly making runs.
Did you just say we just throw in a player like De Paul?
Yeah, we just sprinkle in a little Rodrigo De Paul.
Hey, at least do it right, you know what I mean? Holy De Paul, come on.
A little like this, and then Busquets still taking the right positions and finding the right space for players.
Yep.
It's just we always talk about them defensively and their issues. But if they control the game and they control, the exposure, who's gonna stop them?
I don't know who's.
By the way, you give a free kick, and Messi's gonna find the top corner. So it's almost like this team is on a roll. We're talking about going into the playoffs with momentum. When you have Messi in this frame of mind and this mentality and this health with Alba and Busquets knowing, hey, this is the last time I get to put on the boots, woo, you don't want to play them.
He's got 2 games. I've got to win 2 games with my best friends. It's already,
with my best friends.
He's definitely getting past NYCFC. Then they host They played Houston Dynamo in an Open Cup final in Miami, right? A couple years ago. And they ended up
without Messi. I was remember we were hosting that. It was the first U.S. Open Cup that
was without
Paramount
Messi.
Plus
You're right.
was
That's
hosting.
right.
We were on the pitch. My kids came. They're like, oh, and I'm like, oh, Messi's not playing.
Okay, well, he's not missing out on this one. That's 100% sure. All right, let's talk about then Vancouver. That's the only game we haven't talked about yet so far, Cello. They were up 2-1 in control of that game, gave up a free kick to a stud player, and Son Heung-min made that 2-2, win an extra 30 minutes, got a red card. Tristan Blackman got a red card. That was led to that free kick that Son scored. Now they're going to be without him. Thomas Muller came out, looked like he had a hamstring issue coming into this. San Diego FC, the last time these 2 teams played against each other twice. There was a crazy game in Vancouver. That one was 5-3. I think that was back in June that San Diego FC won in Vancouver. And then the game a month later in San Diego was 1-1 between the 2 teams. Both very well coached. Both have a very clear identity. But I wonder without Tristan Blackman and maybe some guys that aren't 100%, if the edge is going to go to San Diego, whether they were playing in Vancouver, in San Diego, or in a neutral site. I just feel like San Diego might just have a little bit more.
I think they have a little bit more, only because, listen, if it's not for Messi, we know who the MVP would be. Let me tell you, Anders Dryers is the real deal. The way that guy plays, the way he moves, the way he sees the field. And I'm going to say this, for a 38-year-old in Godoy, just qualifying with Panama, playing that, he came in, he ran that midfield last night. It was ridiculous the way he was moving. He had, I believe, the most distance covered at a certain point because of all the movement. So I think San Diego, they didn't look great last night, but when you look at the weapons they have, Pellegrino, you can have Chucky coming off the bench. You've got Dua. I'm going to say this. I'm a center back. Jimmy, I don't know if you've seen this kid play. He makes little mistakes for a 20-year-old. Great pace, good in the air, a physical presence. I like this kid. He won't be in Major League Soccer much longer. There's just something about that San Diego team right now. And Cisniega, when you bring in a goalkeeper, Pablo Cisniega, because Dos Santos gets hurt, this kid made 2 or 3 saves last night on breakaways. So I think Vancouver, if Vancouver is healthy, 100%, I know Blackman's not going to be, they're going to have to figure that out. If Mueller's healthy with Berhalter, I think it's going to be a great game. Absolutely fantastic game. But let me tell you this. San Diego, without Dreier, is completely different. But with that kid in there, dude, I'm telling you, I would have loved to have played with a player. And I kind of did with Anders Limpar. He was kind of that kind of player.
I remember Anders Limpar. Yeah.
Yeah, I think San Diego has that little bit of an edge playing at home, and especially with 35,000 fans screaming and yelling the way they did. It's going to be a great game. I can't wait to see that game, the next 2 games, the conference finals. But I have to give the advantage a little bit to San Diego.
Yeah, I would lean that way too. But Sebastian Berhalter has been on a heater throughout this whole season, Chuck, right? And so if you give him a couple set pieces, we know that in big games, in any competition, set pieces decide a lot of games. And if San Diego isn't as sharp, or if they play kind of like they did last night, where a Minnesota team's not going to punish you all that much, right? They're playing for that one chance, but Vancouver's going to create more than one chance.
Yeah. By the way, how heroic Vancouver were in defending with 9 men.
Right.
I mean,
right. They had
they had the red card and then the injury, and they couldn't replace him. They used all their subs, and they defended with absolute desire and passion, and it was inspirational because
it was.
They were just hanging on. Let's get the pens. And so I think when you are able to conquer an LAFC that features a Bouanga and Son and do it in that fashion, you can't count them out. So for me, the advantage is with Vancouver because that team spirit.
Conquer. Wait. Right, conquer as in they won the game only, or because?
Yes, because they won the game. Conquered being down 2 men.
All right.
In that scenario, yeah.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
Okay, so if I'm picking up what you're putting down here, Chuck, you got Vancouver and Inter Miami in the final.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see that. It would be a great final. And honestly, 2 of the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
San Diego would fall into that as well.
Yep,
so Inter Miami for sure.
And by the way,
the other one.
Vancouver go down to Miami, and what a drastic change from the temperature. And all of a sudden they go from turf to grass and heat, and it's going to be a different game.
We were talking about that last night. What do you guys think? Was it Rockhart Stadium? What's the stadium called? Hard Rock. Do you play it at Hard Rock, or do you play it at that little Fort Lauderdale stadium?
Oh,
I mean, I think they should consider. It's Chase Stadium now. It's Chase Stadium now, but I feel like you should open it up because you would sell it out. For sure.
You think you'd? The problem is your home stadium, even though it's a little rinky-dink Fort Lauderdale stadium. It's what you're used to. It's where you've played the big games. You got your support system. It's going to be full. Do you take the chance of going to Chase Stadium where it usually is empty and it doesn't have the same vibe?
It wouldn't be empty for this one though.
Yeah, but I would keep it in our rinky-dink stadium.
All right,
it makes it that much more special.
I'm just curious.
No. I think it's a good question. I wonder if they'll consider it. Obviously, they got to do the business first against an NYCFC team that definitely thinks that they're going to have the us against the world mentality.
Yep.
Yeah, they just took down the top team in Philadelphia Union. So
Also,
they're going to be confident.
The last time that the Hard Rock tried to host a soccer final was the Copa America final, and people were climbing through. It was not a good scene, all things considered. No. And apparently they just awarded $14 million today in a lawsuit for the Copa America final due to the riots and all that stuff. So, so I don't know. Maybe that's not a good time.
Let's stay away from that stadium.
Yeah, we'll stay at Chase. We're good.
Yeah.
We'll stay. Yeah. Okay. So, Chuck, you got me. I think Vancouver might be able to do it, but I think Inter Miami is going to be in the final for sure. I'm on the fence with San Diego, Vancouver. It's a bit of a coin flip. I'll go Vancouver. I'm going to go with Chuck because he was hot in the last round. He picked NYCFC over Philly.
I was real hot. Here we go.
Real hot. I'm going to go with Chuck on this one.
Miami final.
Okay, and then Cello, who are you going with? Who do you think is going to be in the final?
I'm going to pick the team like last week. I picked the team that I wanted to win to lose. So I'm going to say NYC. So they lose and Miami gets in the final because I was off all last week. So we're going to go with NYC. No, I think it's Miami. And I think watching San Diego play at home, the way they've played, and I know Vancouver's a good game. I think it's a coin toss, really, to be honest with you, with those two teams. But I'll go opposite of you guys, just have a little bit of fun. I'll go San Diego.
San Diego.
Okay.
So I'll go San Diego.
Miami in the final. You absolutely love to see it.